absolutely stepped in it again, facing a massive new lawsuit over their woke racial equity policies. This not that far removed from Starbucks losing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit to a white manager who was discriminated against by Starbucks for being white, and not that far removed from an international controversy where Starbucks had decided that they wanted to take down any kind of pride displays in their stores. This is just yet another perfect example of what happens when companies get woke, when you have situations where they want to get political, and you just lose. You just lose every time, which is, it 100% inspired. There was the Black Rifle Coffee controversy. There was now Starbucks. This is what inspired me to start coffeebrandcoffee.com, by the way. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Promo code the quartering to save. We have our 5 signature roasts that aren't flavored, but we also have over 20 flavors of coffee. We just rolled out triple berry. We have blueberry cobbler. We have salted caramel. We have French toast, strawberries and cream, sticky pecan roll, double caffeinated, blackberry cream. We even have decaf. All sorts of options available in whole bean and ground. And it's going to be fresher. It's fresh roasted on demand. It'll be the freshest coffee you try anywhere. Orange creamsicle, s'mores, peaches and cream, hazelnut cream, sticky cinnamon bun, which is really, really good. We have our cold brews. We have so many products for you to try. I'm hoping that you'll go to Coffee Brand Coffee today, use promo code the quartering, and I hope that you'll give us a try today because, hey, we won't get woke. We're only interested in delivering you the best possible coffee. And that's it. Now, Starbucks sued for discrimination after implementing racial equity policies recommended by Obama's former Attorney General, Eric Holder, report. This is another massive lawsuit. The policies Starbucks have implemented on the recommendation of former Obama administration Attorney General Eric Holder may have been what led the company to be sued for racial discrimination. In 2018, before the uptick in diversity programs launched after the passing of St. Floyd, an employee at Starbucks had mistakenly called the police on 2 black men. In response to the incident, the CEO of the company made an apology that stated, "We will learn from this and do better." A multi-phase effort was then launched in response for the purpose of, quote, anti-bias training efforts. A portion of the anti-bias training was done by Covington and Burling, a law firm in Washington, D.C. According to a report for training, Eric Holder, who had gotten paid up to $2,300 per hour for similar services, issued the report from Covington and Burling to Starbucks. Holder reportedly never addressed the potential legal issues that could stem from the recommendations in the report. 1 year later, a civil rights lawsuit from conservative nonprofit, the National Center for Public Policy Research, challenged the practices that were implemented by Starbucks with advice given to the company by Holder and the law firm. Quote, Starbucks has set goals for a number of diverse, meaning not white, employees it hires, and those goals are tied to executive compensation, meaning, hey, if you're an executive in the company, you need to essentially actively discriminate against white folks, is what they're alleging. That's what they're alleging. That is outright racial discrimination, Scott Shepard, the director of the NCPPR, said in the press release for the lawsuit. Officers and directors who act on such discriminatory policies are violating their fiduciary duties to their shareholders and could be held accountable for those actions. Covington and Burling gave further racial equity audits to other clients. These included BlackRock, Citigroup, and Verizon. Similar recommendations were also provided. Noah Peters, a former solicitor of the Federal Labor Relations Authority, told the Washington Free Beacon that the programs that have been implemented, like the ones at Starbucks, are lawsuits waiting to happen. I mean, Wouldn't you think? I would think absolutely. You know, and like, this is only the beginning. You see, here's the actual original source, Washington Free Beacon. It was 2018, 2 years before the tidal wave of diversity initiatives unleashed by St. Floyd's passing, and Starbucks needed public relations win. The coffee giant was under fire after an employee from one of the stores did what we talked about earlier. As a part of the effort was a series of civil rights assessments conducted by Covington and Burling, one of the top white shoe law firms in Washington, D.C., under leadership of former Attorney General Eric Holder, the senior counsel at the firm. But 1 year later, Starbucks was fending off civil rights lawsuit over precisely the program Holder had blessed. The lawsuit, which is still ongoing and filed last August by the National Center for Public Policy Research, a conservative nonprofit that is also a Starbucks shareholder, argued that the programs violate non-discrimination laws as well as the company's fiduciary duties. Such claims have not come as a surprise to Starbucks executives. At no point did Holder's report address the legality of the policies. So they're saying, hey, we made these recommendations. We're not going to say if they're legal or not, but this is what you do. Critics say the assessments have exposed clients to the very risks they're meant to alleviate. Covington's audits alone endorse a plethora of programs many lawyers, including current and former government officials, say are illegal. From a minorities-only scholarship at Blackrock to a bonus scheme linking executive pay to diversity targets at Verizon. These programs are lawsuits waiting to happen, said Noah Peters, the former solicitor for Federal Labor Relations Authority, who has represented numerous government employees in discrimination lawsuits. Some conservative groups are working to ensure the wait won't be long. In April, the law firm America First Legal filed a complaint against Blackrock with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, an agency that enforces workplace discrimination laws, alleging that its race-based scholarship violated the Civil Rights Act. Of course it does. Of course it does. Of course it does. Of course. Of course it does. Are you kidding? Like, of course it does. Race-restricted internships, fellowships, and mentorship programs are generally unlawful, she said, including programs where participants receive offers for a company's general internship program open to all applicants, but also receives a unique benefit like an expedited interview process or additional compensation beyond what other interns receive. Those criteria describe almost verbatim the Blackrock Founders Scholarship established before Covington's audit and praised therein, which offers, quote, diverse internship applicants an accelerated interview process, an award of $20,000. I mean, remember, ex-Starbucks manager wins $25 million lawsuit that claims she was fired for being white? This happened not years ago, like a month ago. All of these woke policies are absolutely falling apart. A jury in New Jersey awarded Shannon Phillips $600,000 in compensatory damages and $25 million in punitive damages on Monday after she argued that she and other employees who were also white faced unjust discipline from Starbucks amid the backlash over the situation in Philadelphia. This is a woman that oversaw 100 Starbucks locations and was fired following the viral 2018 incident in a Philadelphia Starbucks, which she wasn't even present for. 2 black men were, of course, also arrested after they were denied access to the Starbucks restroom without buying anything. Then they refused to leave the store, leading to national backlash. Yeah, because if you have a business, you're supposed to give a bathroom to everybody, every junkie on the street. I'm not saying these guys were junkies, but I'm saying that's a real problem. Like, that's a real problem. Like, all of this woke crap is they're just getting completely destroyed on their own, their own supply. This was from June this year. Starbucks pride flag strike drags coffee into culture war. And so you have these dorks boycotting Starbucks. No person on the planet needs an $8 coffee from Starbucks. Not when delicious coffee brand coffee.com has, in my opinion, a far better product and none of the politics. I mean, this is insanity. Who needs this stuff from the people that sell them coffee? But I mean, ultimately, that's exactly what happens. And now you're going to have new lawsuits and new all sorts of problems, which I 110% support. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure you leave a like on it and you subscribe or follow down below. And we'll talk to you again real soon.